What's going on, everybody? Welcome to day number 3 of the 14-day live video challenge. So up till this point, let me kind of recap what we've covered day 1 and day 2. So day 1, I asked you to list out the assets that you have access to, right? I want you to first be able to realize the full potential of the things that you already have available to you right now, right? Before you buy any gear, before you try to save money to buy any gear, before you try to acquire things that are not necessary for you at this time, I first want you to list out everything that you already have access to, right? So hopefully you're able to identify, okay, do I have a camera? Do I have a microphone? Do I have a setup? Do I have a space? Do I have a studio? Do I have somebody who will let me use their space? Do I have somewhere that I can use some gear, right? Just so you have a base knowledge of the things that you already have available. The last thing I want you to do is to enter this challenge and to start off this new journey and to be thinking that you have to buy thousands of dollars worth of gear, because that's not always true, right? So yesterday I gave you a tour of my Facebook Live studio and showed you the background, the setup, some of the tools that I use. And it's very likely that you're thinking, man, that's a lot of stuff. There's no way I would be able to use all that gear or get all that stuff. So today I'm experimenting with a different background. So what I've got behind me here is a couple of sheets from Lowe's that just nail right up on the wall, right? So it's very simple, very easy to do. I think these things were like 20 bucks a piece. I have 2 of them behind me. I got some lights right here, just kind of with some gels to kind of show you a different flavor. That way you can actually change the colors, make them look however you want to. And so that's basically where we're at today. So a lot of you are probably like, okay, Eric, I've got the gear, I've got the space. I know, you know what I'm saying? I got an idea of, I want to do this. What the heck do I talk about? Right? So in reality, there's a million things you could talk about. And I'm going to be diving in and showing you the tools that you can use to identify what things people are already searching for, using some Google tools to help you understand what your customers or your potential customers are already searching for. That way you can create content based off those search results that are already in place. But before you dive into that, and before you start understanding the analytics and creating different types of content and creating different types of stories and stuff like that, the first thing that I want you to create, right, is I want you to go live today and I want you to share the backstory about why you do the thing you do, right? So for example, let's say you're a realtor, right? Let's say that you've been a realtor for 5 years, 10 years, 15, or maybe you're just starting out, right? The first story that I want you to actually share is the backstory. Like, what was it that took you from that place in your life to where I'm not a realtor, I don't do this thing, right, to now I do this thing? What was the process that you went through mentally? Maybe it was some people that you knew, maybe it was family members, maybe it was some experiences that you've had. What is the story that got you on the journey to where you are today, right? This doesn't have to be an hour long, sermon of you sharing your life story, and it shouldn't be. What I'm asking you to do is to go live 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just sharing the backstory about the thing that you do, right? And it could be anything, right? So for example, like there was a lot of times where I wanted to create videos for myself. Like my learning style is visual. Like if I see something, it's just like an instant connection in my memory. If I see it, I could just get it and I relate to it and I understand it. And it's just, I learn it forever, right? That's my learning style. So it was natural for me to watch a ton of videos. And I remember 5 or 6 years ago, like the job that I had, I sat at a desk all day and pretty much hung out with some guys. I worked at a treatment center. So I would pretty much hang out with guys on the weekends and, talk to them about my journey in recovery, listen to their journey, hear their stories, share my experience with them. And it was really cool. So I had a lot of time where I just sat on the computer and I could spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos. And for me, YouTube videos were like, it was gold. I still love watching YouTube videos. I watch YouTube almost every single day. But back then I thought, man, I'm watching these guys in there and I'm listening to them. And there was some big, motivational speakers like Les Brown and Eric Thomas and Zig Ziglar who were like getting paid big bucks to pretty much give talks, right? They would have presentations and they would go and they would get paid this ridiculous amounts of money. And I thought, good God, wouldn't it be cool if one day I could get paid to share my experience like that? And of course, I remember sharing that with a couple of my friends, a couple of my friends who were in recovery. And, none of them saw the vision that I had. None of them saw the opportunity there. It was just like, whatever, you watch videos, them dudes are 1 in a million, right? So check it out. So my process of actually starting creating video content came from my learning style. So I was like, man, if I just had a camera and a microphone, maybe I could create my own videos. So the first camera I had was my handy dandy iPhone. So what I did is, this is funny. So I actually created an entire course, right, of pretty much my own life experiences, of things that I've been through, some principles and some experiences that I've had that helped me develop a foundation in my recovery to be able to not just stay clean, but succeed in life, right? And I created a whole book out of that experience. So then from there, I'm like, man, maybe I could actually create some video content that could go along with the workbook. So I spent probably 10 or 15 hours, right? I bought this little mount thing that went on the wall, and I would hang it up in my bedroom. When my wife, she worked second or third shift back then, so I'd lay the baby down, she'd go to sleep, and then I'd come downstairs and I would set up my little camera, and I would just be like, making these videos, thinking that people were just gonna watch them, and just like this magical stuff was gonna happen. So that was my experience getting started, right? To make a long story short, I don't think anybody's ever even watched those first videos that I created, but here's the thing. I did the thing that I was trying to do, and I realized that by doing it, it could be done better, right? Back then, I didn't have the tools, right? I didn't have the cameras and the lights and the microphones and all the stuff that I have today. I just had my phone, right? So I used the tools that I had and was able to start that journey from there. So a short time after that, I met a guy who had an entire studio. And I'm like, dude, I've got this whole course that I want to build and I want to create videos for, and I'm making some now and they suck, right? And he had an entire studio. So we collabed together and created a program that still to this day is being used to help people, right? Which was very cool. So it was like, so I got to experience his environment, and I saw like his setup and his cameras and his microphones. And I'm asking him like, how much did that cost? How much did that cost? And I'm like, good God, there's no way I'd ever be able to afford this stuff. Fast forward to today, 3 or 4 years later, piece by piece by piece, I bought a camera. I bought a microphone. I bought a table. I bought a computer. I bought lights. I got space. I got a studio. One step at a time, I was able to continuously acquire all the tools that I needed to create these videos right now. So it's not like it was a overnight, bam, I know how to use all this gear and I have all this stuff and I'm doing all these things to be able to try to create this content. Like, this has been a journey, right? And the coolest part about it is it's not about the thing you get at the end of it, right? It's about the skills that you develop along the way. Like all the things that I've learned how to do that I'm now turning around trying to teach you how to do, right? That is the real value of my experience. So for you, like, you see how I just did that? I just shared my backstory with you. I shared the story about how I started creating videos, how I sucked at it at first, how I got a little bit better, and how I'm doing it today. That was about 5 minutes long. So what I want you to do is I want you to share your backstory about how you got started doing the thing that you're doing, who it helps, who it benefits, what was the experiences you had. Talk a little bit about the failures, right? Talk a little bit about you don't want to just paint this picture like you're some perfect person, because no one's perfect, right? No one's perfect. Share the failures that you've had along the way and be able to relate with people and give them something to be able to remember you by. Right? Because if you're going to make this commitment to start creating live videos and you're going to start investing your time and your money and your resources into this stuff, right? You're going to want people to engage with it. And if you just hop on, let's say I'm a realtor, right? Let's say if I'm a realtor and I just hop on a Facebook Live and I say, hey, I've got this $100,000 property for sale right over here, a few streets over. You should go look at it and buy it. You know how many people are going to care about that? Zero, right? People are going to care about how you got started doing the thing you're doing. How do you actually help people, right? Those are the stories that you need to tell. So if you have this idea about all this different content and all this different stuff that you want to make and all these different things you want to try to do, like, put that on the shelf just for today. We're going to get there, right? I'm going to show you how to use all the gangster tools and to use all the stuff to be able to understand exactly what people identify and resonate and already searching for. That's the best content to create right there. So today's challenge, share your backstory, go live with whatever tools you have. If it's your phone, bam, go live from your phone. And then after you do it, figure out what you could have done better. Maybe it's your lights. Maybe it's your microphone. Maybe you could simply buy a tripod to sit your phone on and go live from your phone. So that's the challenge for today, folks. Shoot your video. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Done.